Hello dear students, good morning. Welcome back. Today we are moving to the last part of our chapter. This is a very easy chapter, isn't it? Separation of substances. To the last chapter, and we are discussing about saturated solution in this topic. So before coming into the section, what is a solution? A solution, that is the mixture of two substances, isn't it? For a solution, one will be liquid, the other may be liquid or a solid. So we have to take two substances, one should be in liquid format, other may be liquid or solid, either liquid format or we can take in the solid format also. If we mix this two, it's called a solution. See, let you have an experiment. You can do this in your home. Take a glass, take little water, almost to the quarter. You can fill this much amount of water. Then add little salt. So you can add little salt, and by using a spoon, you can stir this salt. You have to use a spoon and stir the salt. Little more, add little more salt until you get a solution where salt remains there. You have to add salt until it remains here in the bottom. So what happens after some time? First time it dissolves completely when we put a little amount of salt, and when we add little more, then also it will completely dissolve. What happens if we add more and more? At last we seen that some of the salt does not mixes with water. What happens? Water has reached the maximum capacity. It reached at the maximum capacity to dissolve the salt in the water. No more salt can be dissolved in the water. Such a solution is called saturated solution. So you can perform this in your home. Okay, let you buy first you agree your parents, make an agreement with your parents, you will not break the glass. Okay, with an agreement you can start this section. So you have to take a quarter filled, you have to use pure water, just pure water, drinking water you can use or tap water you can use, and to that water you can add salt little by little. Little by little means using your hand you can pinch, a pinch of salt can be added first, then you can add more and more until the salt remains here. So up to where it dissolves completely, that maximum dissolved solution, this is called saturated solution. Now by using the salt, let us heat the solution. We can't heat it if it is a glass. Now let us heat it by using gas stove or something. For this purpose you can seek the help of your parent, means your mother or sister. So with the help of your sister means it should be aged, that be in the 9th or 10th standard only. Don't use the sisters that is just above you, 7th class or 8th class sisters you can't use. Okay, they will have some burn. So you can use your sister, with the help of your sister or with the help of your mother or father, you can heat the solution. What you see there? Salt dissolved, isn't it? Now add little more salt, it is also dissolved. Finally it will also stop dissolving when it reaches a limit. And now leave this for cooling. Take it from the gas stove and leave it for cooling. Now you can see when it cools down, again the dissolved salt appears in the bottom. When it cools down, the dissolved salt appears again in the bottom of the glass or whatever pan you take. It is a pan or glass or anything you take. In the bottom you can see the small particles of salt remaining there, which was already dissolved when we heat them, but now it appears again when it is cooled. From that, what we understood, when the substance or the solution is heated, it allows more dissolution of substances. Means when it heated, more substance is dissolved in it, and when it is cooled, it does not allow the substance to dissolve to an amount that is already dissolved when it is heated. So that is why the dissolved salt, even the dissolved salt appears when it is cooled. Now you have one more activity. Take 2 glass. Okay, you have to take 2 glass, and you have to take equal amount of sugar. In one saucer you have to take sugar, in another one you have to take salt. Okay, and you have to add salt till it reaches its maximum, that is until it becomes a saturated solution. You can add salt, and you can add sugar into this one until it becomes saturated, and identify how many spoon of sugar is needed to make a saturated solution and how many spoon of salt is needed to make a saturated solution of salt. The amount of substance may differ. You will get a different number in salt, in the case of salt, and in the case of sugar. In this case you can take little more water, then only you can identify that difference. Okay, little more water you can take, so you can identify a difference in the amount of dissolved salt and sugar. That is, different substances dissolves in different amounts to reach their saturation. Different amounts have different saturation points. You can see a table 5.2 in your textbook. Here you can see substance you are adding to the water. First one is salt, second one is sugar. You have to write here number of teaspoons you took to make it a saturated solution. First one salt, in the case of salt you have to write. Second one, in the case of sugar, how many spoons you took to make it a saturated solution. Okay, hope you understood the section. See, in this chapter, it's very easy chapter. We discussed only very small things, very short topics. The first topic from the hand picking method to the threshing method, then winnowing, after that sieving, sedimentation, descension, filtration, and now in the last class we discussed the evaporation and condensation. To the last topic we discussed the saturated solution, and hence we concluded this chapter here. See, you have to read the complete chapter, and if you have any doubt you can ask me. You can message me personally also. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Once more I am reminding, if you have any doubt you can ask me.